You're watching Hot Indonesia from Jakarta. Here's hot topic number 3, unsafe crossing. This video taken in September in South Sumatra shows third graders paddling across a river to get home from school. They are using discarded styrofoam containers as boats and pieces of styrofoam as paddles. Now, the river isn't flowing fast, but it's 120 meters across. Village leaders reportedly visited the location after the video hit social media and told parents to forbid their kids from doing this, but no one said, but one village official said not to make more out of this as the children here are used to the water. Now, Sandrina, as a parent, this should not be treated as playtime.
I agree. Nobody should take this matter lightly, Dalton. It is never a small thing when it comes to safety matters, and what we saw, that child floating or crossing the river in a styrofoam box or container could look like a fun thing to do. And as you said, they say all these children can swim, used to the water. Still, that is not a proper raft. It could break any time, and who is to know how the river water is going to flow at all times? What if suddenly a huge current hits? This is about changing the people's way of thinking, to not simplify serious matters, because we know that this is not due to the lack of infrastructure. There are proper means of transportation that exist there. Boats are used to take the school children across the river on a daily basis, so the government should also keep an eye on this issue, make sure that adequate means of transportation are always available, and ban people from crossing the river using unsafe water vehicles like that.
Yeah, and it goes back to parents. I mean, your parents have to crack down and say, hey, I don't ever want to see you do that again. Millie, Sandrina mentioned this, but it could be another example of the lack of infrastructure in rural areas. Maybe not in this particular case, because I understand there's a bridge nearby and maybe the kids thought it was fun. But whatever the reason, the adults need to monitor this kind of activity so there is no tragedy that we have to report on.
Yes, correct. But I did a bit of research, and apparently in that area, yes, there are some bridges, but that's a little bit like a far walk for the children to reach the bridge and to cross the river. So the infrastructure is there, but for the kids, it's just much more fun to do it. And I remember during the floods, when I was floods in Jakarta and I was only maybe 8 years old, I like actually riding on a styrofoam and go against the current or even with the current of the flood. So it's child play, number one here. But there are bridges there, Dalton.
Yeah, and we're glad you're still with us, Millie. Not a good example, but you were just a kid. Okay. It is feedback time now. Erlanga posted this on the YouTube page of our partner TV1, asking whether foreign nationals must download the government COVID-19 app upon arrival. It's pointless if we can't track their movement that could lead to a third wave. Good point, Erlanga. And Dre had this to say about this image that we discussed. This photo deserves international recognition. Here's how to contact us with your feedback. Email at hotindo@theindonesiachannel.com or comment through our Hot Indonesia or Indonesia Channel Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages. Final words, Sandrina.
For those of you who plan to go to Bali this weekend or are currently in Bali, I would like to invite you to visit the Ubud Village Jazz Festival. This jazz festival will be held until tomorrow, Saturday, end of this month, at Arma Museum. So this would be a really good event to join if you want to enjoy some really good live music. Go there.
Jazz, yeah. Final words, Millie.
Yes, I'm going to travel in the month of December and January. But I'm hearing now new terms like VTL, Vaccinated Travelers Lane, and this lane, the non-VTL, and I'm just wondering, will I survive in the new post-COVID travel? I hope so.
Please report back to us. And my final words, a vegan is someone who avoids the consumption or use of any products of animal origin. And on Monday, November 1st, it's World Vegan Day. The best of health and peace of mind to all my vegan friends. Let us go out and have tofu, spinach, lasagna, and a Coke.
Thank you.
I did the research. A Coke is vegan. You knew that, right, Millie?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Not very healthy, but it's vegan. And that is Hot Indonesia for this week. For Sandrina Malakiano and Millie Luquito, I'm Dalton Tanonaka. Thank you very much for watching. Please join us again next time.